సార్ మీరు వెళ్ళిపోండి పర్లేదండి మా చేతులు పెట్టారు కదా మేము చూసుకుంటాం. ఓకే అండి. హాయ్ అండి.
Hello, sir.
Just go through in English, okay, so that it will be good.
Yeah.
So today I will demo the whole testing course that we are doing. Okay, so you can see here, so from IT Talent Hub, we always have the best reviews. So if you want to know about us, you can just go through IT Talent Hub. You can see us. This is our website. Okay. And in our website, we have all the information. So if you want to go specifically about our testing, you can just go through here, Melon automation testing, and you can see here, we got all the information. Okay, so we got all the information about our level 1, level 2, and what are the tools that we support. So all these things that we are discussing here is already there in our website also.
Okay, sir.
So apart from that, you can see the important thing is our reviews. So we are very proud of our reviews. You can see here, we got 50+ reviews from all over the people. All our students are very positively, they give a lot of feedback. So you can see here, we got 50+ reviews from so many students. Sure, and we can see here, people are really, example, I think you spoken to Suchitra, she had given a review.
Yeah.
Okay, Purna given a review. So like this, we have a lot of our students who actually provide good reviews. Okay, so we have a lot of courses, but testing is one of our unique one. And we provide the best quality information for testing. And main thing, our uniqueness is we do manual and automation testing, and automation testing is becoming very key. So we just go through that, is one of our core area. Okay. Yes, coming to the next thing, you can see here, we actually teach manual testing. So manual testing point of view, we cover a few important topics. So the main important topics is that we actually teach you how to write a test case from a scratch, and how to gather information from the different stakeholders, and how to write a test case. So for this, I will give an example. Okay. Yeah. So I'll give you one of the examples that one of my students had written. So right now you may not be able to, but you can see here, normally from the day one itself, we provide the documentation which we actually work with our clients. So we have some projects that we work on. So normally how we make it to work is, the main thing is, as a software tester, you need to get the document something like this, where you get a solid documentation about how you work. So like this is like product documentation, and this is one of the product that we actually deal with. In this product, you can see here, there is a mobile application, and there is a mobile application, and there's a web application. So what this particular application will do is, you can see here, it is a kind of internal application which doctors and patients will use. So you have NHS. So if you want to doctor, use an app, and all the related to the booking, and then prescription and all the workflow of a patient is what one of the projects that we deal with. So normally what we teach is, we take everything into a context where it will work. So we give this kind of documentation, and what we expect is from all our students, what we expect is, so the students should be able to give this kind of documentation, and after the classes, you should be able to write a valuable test cases. So manual testing point of view, there are a lot of things like software development lifecycle, requirement documents, analysis, design phase, and all these things. So we'll go in detail when we go into the course. But end of the day, my point of view, the most important part of any of this manual testing is, we should be able to understand different software development life cycles. But the most important thing is software testing. So in the testing point of view, writing the test cases is what we asset, so that you will be able to write. So the while writing also, I mean, you should not like somebody say just write like this. That it's not like it's grammar. It's more of a something technical. So you need to get a basis. That's the reason why we give a solid documentation, something like this. And on top of the documentation, I'll show you one of the um, test cases one of my students have written. Maybe I'll try to, yeah. So what we will do is we will ask them, normally we use some tools, but in this case, for initial days, we will ask the test cases to be written in Excel sheet, but later stages that you will be writing the test cases in a tool called test rail. So there is a tool called test rail, RAIL, and what that the tool will do is that will help you to write the test cases and manage the test cases. But however, we actually initial days, because for you to get familiarized, what we do is we actually give Excel sheet, and we will help you to understand how to write the test cases. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'm trying to arrange a test case documentation, which one of my students have written, and you can see here how nice they have written. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll show you an example in a minute. But this is how we do. We give a documentation. We will explain how to write it, and we will expect you to come back with that document, write in the test cases. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So okay. So I'm sharing one of the documentation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here, this is one of our students had written the test cases. So if you see that document, the VCare specification document, if you see the document, you will really understand what is the quality of training. Okay. See here. Now this she had written. Okay. See here. This is how our students are written. We just train them how to write the test cases. They're given a documentation, real-time documentation, and then you can see here how nicely they're writing the test cases. Okay. Okay. So this is something that you will be doing, and this is just one module. This is what the main part of the manual testing. Okay. If you are, example, you are going to an interview, then they may give you one scenario or one specification document, ask you to write this. So writing these test cases so that you cover almost giving the priority and preconditions and able to give the test data, and also providing the expected result is what the skill of a software tester.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is the first important thing that we will teach apart from software development lifecycle. And then in this also, you need to understand different types of testing, like regression testing, functional testing, unit testing. So that is the main basics of it, software testing. And for that again, this point will be revised many times, but the core of a software testing initial days, this is what we will be teaching you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and coming to the next part, which is Agile. So almost all the companies in UK are following Agile. From here onwards, you will go into the next level, the next trends, because the basic manual testing is, yes, the basic, it's basic, it's a basic, that's gone. But now coming to the 2022, we are in a different world, okay, where everybody is a software engineer, and there's nothing like a difference between a tester and he just to do the testing at the last minute, and somebody give a huge documentation, and then they go and kind of find just to go and find the bugs. It's not like that. It become very different. So now everybody become a,
Software engineer.
you should always think that you are part of a development team. You are not part of a testing team and you don't know who is developer. No, it's not like that. You are part of a development team and you actually whole team. What is your team? Your team is a developer, scrum master, project manager, and business analyst. So you should be in a situation where you should go as a tester and you should actually work in agile environment very closely with the team, and you should be responsible of a quality, which means that everybody is responsible of quality, but you should make sure that the quality is maintained at each and every level. So it's not like, okay, so when the build come, I will test it and find the bugs and I'll go home. The days are gone.
Yeah.
Okay, you should
Okay,
be
sir.
very interactive. Yeah. Okay, is it making sense?
Yeah. I'm getting, yeah.
Yeah. So it's very latest. Okay. So that is the reason why agile is one of the important thing. So when you go to office, the first thing that you do is open your laptop, open your Jira board, and then in the Jira board you start writing your start testing testing the tickets. And while testing it, how do you test it? Again, you will follow the fundamentals of testing, but especially you need to know in agile, what is agile, what is Kanban board, what is definition of done, how the tickets are moved, and for every ticket, what kind of test strategy that I need to apply. Because you won't be able to do as a whole, but it is about individual teams. And as a part of a team, you should understand what is going on. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
it's very different way. That advanced way of dealing with the things is what you will need to understand. Okay,
Okay.
so for that only we will actually teach a very nice tool called Jira.
Mm.
Okay, so for that we actually use a tool called Jira, and for that one second, stop. Where is my thing? 1 second. So open my Chrome, and here you will get the link. Okay, so very soon. Okay, I'm using okay, so I'm just trying to copy paste. Anyway, okay, I've just opened my Jira. So when you come into this, you can see here you will get access to Jira, and whatever you learn from here is based on Jira. Because when you go to office, the first thing that you do is you will open your board like this.
Okay.
Okay, and see, okay, so this is one ticket, and there is some acceptance criteria, and there is some information based on this information, and that too it will be assigned to you. So based on that, you take a call. Okay, so example, oh, Triveni, what is my name? So you can see here on your name there will be a couple of tickets. Straight away go bang on to the information and open your test environment. And example, in that case, I'm just showing that you can see here that application, that healthcare application that I had shown. For an example, you are testing it straight away. You go and example, you are testing that specific feature of FAQs. So you will still write the test cases, but you will go into the application, and day one, you go, and what the teams are expecting is, as a part of a proper software tester, you should be able to go to that respective fields. Example, we're talking about FAQs. So maybe somewhere here. See, they're all modules. Okay, for an example, user module. Okay, you go here, go to user module, you see the information, You add a new user, there is a form, you start testing it whether everything is working like this. Okay, you can see
Okay.
here there's a validation. So what
Mhm.
you do, you have your test cases, you know the story, you go here, this information is here. Based on this, you write some test cases and straight away go here, test it, and then put your comments like, okay, okay, you can straight away say that, okay, tests are passed like this.
Okay.
And then you can go ahead and
Yeah.
save it, and you
Yeah.
can move this story from this status to done status. Okay.
Mm-mm. Okay, sir.
Okay, like this is like very advanced way of doing it. And that particular thing, whatever you are seeing here, is a called Kanban board. And what you do as a part of Kanban board is you actually go and you actually work in Kanban environment, where you will know work on Jira, and
Mhm.
while working you test it, and once everything is done, you put the
Okay.
story into done status. So taking from testing column into done status is what the actual testing that you will do as a part of Agile, and that's what we'll teach you. Okay, any questions?
No, sir. No, no questions. I'm waiting. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Coming to BDD, which is the core of best practices. BDD means business development, behavior development, uh, behavior driven development,
Okay.
behavior driven development. Okay. So as a part of that, whenever, because the old traditional model is you writing the test cases like this,
Mhm.
as a part of BDD, which is nothing but your behavior driven development, what you use is you use something like a language called Gherkin.
Gherkin. Okay. Mhm.
So you can see here we're already talking about advanced. Number one, our process is agile. Number two is, even though we are writing the test cases, all these test cases, writing an Excel sheet, running, testing it multiple times, just doing a lot of test cases, and then we lose the track. We don't know what we are doing. A lot of documentation. All these things are gone now. So
Mhm.
now what the people are following is the people are following something like a BDD format.
Okay.
So number one is BDD is something which you write the code and you put in a place called GitHub. Okay, and
Mhm.
you are no more maintaining Excel sheets that nobody know. You actually, whatever you people are writing, everything that you write will go into a super duper environment called GitHub. And
Yeah.
GitHub is nothing but it is a repository where you keep all the code. So now you can see here, instead of writing the test cases like this, people are now writing the test cases like this.
Mhm.
Okay, that
Okay.
means that this is called BDD, behavior driven. So everything that we write in a very simple English format, and
Mhm.
then we use something called given when then format, so that this kind of format information is what it will be done and it will be kept. And whenever you are kept here as a part of BDD, you can see here, whenever you kept here, you just not only just write it, but you just uh, keep that whole information somewhere in GitHub, so that developers, your business analyst, your product owner, everyone throughout the company will actually see the information. And this is a kind of converting your acceptance criteria into BDD scenarios. That means that this is what expected. So you are actually testing means whenever you got your Jira ticket on you, you write these scenarios, keep
Mhm.
it here, commit it to the GitHub, so that from GitHub, what the people will do is, example, you can see here, my GitHub, if you want to see, what you people will do is, instead of writing Excel sheets and putting somewhere where nobody can access, now everything is cloud. So what your developers and your business analyst and your kind of testers, everybody, what they do is, you can see here, they will uh, they will have an access to this. And what will happen is, as a part of that, you can see here, you will commit your code into GitHub. Means your test cases are no more with an Excel sheet. And see here, your test cases are here on written in a very nice BDD format. And this is what everybody, because it is in the cloud, even you can actually go and verify it. So it's in cloud. So everyone in the company will link this information and everybody will start, okay, today Triven is adding a new test cases. Where is it? They should not kind of scratch their head. They should go into GitHub and the developer have to see, oh, nice. So today I'm developing a booking feature. However, the booking feature is already having all the scenarios, which is very clear. That given, I navigate here, I log in, and then I do this, and I date and time also. You can see here we are clearly mentioning the different time frames, like a different example. Somebody is booking at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9:30, after office hours. So you can see all the bookings which is required, which all the scenarios which anybody can do. All the scenarios are completely written nicely in the examples, so that this is what your business analyst and developer and your product owner and you and everybody in the team will see. Oh, this is what. So if you see here, this is will clearly mention how the feature should be developed. Means behavior is this, and from here developers will start developing it.
Okay.
Okay. Previously, the testing is done when you complete it. Lastly, you run some test cases and say you found the bugs. But now you write all the scenarios upfront. Seeing this, developers will start developing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
And the very important point is this is just not document. There is an automation code behind it. Okay. So example, if just not only writing, if you think, oh, I'm writing it, everybody's seeing it, but who will execute it? Nobody will execute it. Your automation code will go and execute. So what will happen is, if you can see here, I'm just opening one of the other project, what was done. So normally you write the BDD scenarios, but the scenarios that you write in is just not for visual purpose, but that scenarios are automated. Means that before even you developing you can see here this feature, I think you had seen it, before developing the code itself, everything is automated. Means that the Java automation code is also there, where you can go and straight away run it. So what will happen? Example, you've got a developer, he will think, I got the scenarios, but he will develop the actual development. But execution purpose, this is no more manual effort. The execution happens using Selenium. Okay, so that is where automation will come into picture. So even though writing the BDD scenarios is one of the skill, but automating is also very skill, so that you are automating every feature, and every feature is clearly mentioned to the developers. And not only, even though developers see in the future, he may do a mistakes, but because he may think in different way, or he may actually write it in the wrong way. But if you have an automation test, what happens is, even though, because we are automating it, even though he did a mistake, automation test will fail.
Yeah.
Example, we are saying that go and do a booking. Absolutely fine. The booking will happen. What happens? Suddenly the booking is actually you did a booking in the day hours. Overnight hours booking is he just ignored it, even though there is a test there, but he had ignored it. But if he ignored it, what happens? Then there's a quality issue. But now if you automate it, there's no point of ignoring, because it is clearly mentioned that that test will fail. Then he will look, oh, this automation test is very good. He's not even making me to do a mistake. So your developer is bound to follow the scenarios, and there's no more chance that he can do mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, that is how the power of BDD.
BDD. Okay, BDD just experts.
Okay, so apart from that, remaining things, raising a bug life cycle, everything is happen, but that will happen through Jira board because I already showed you Jira board. This is, however, if you are thinking that, oh, I found a bug, then yeah, still you can go it, just create a bug, create, and we'll show you how to do it. You select the whatever the project that you are, select a bug, and then you can straight away raise a bug.
Oh.
Example, overnight bookings are not possible, so you can
Mhm.
raise a bug. So this is again a, whenever you found anything, any issues, so you find, you raise a bug. That is a bread and butter of software testing. Okay, and then
Okay.
yeah, as to keep exam, if you want, you can write it, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is, it look very technical, but this is
Mm.
manual testing.
Mm.
Okay, so the manual testing definition is changed. Okay, previously there used to be a lot of things, V model, lot of things, test strategy. They are still there, but I'm saying that the focus for you should be more on agile and BDD. That is where the whole world is going, and that is the newest trend going on. So
Okay. Okay.
we will 100% focus on those latest trends, so that when you go to interview, you can use this as an experience, and people want you to talk more about agile and BDD rather than the old methods, because
The
the
old.
companies are following. And if they want to put you in a project, they don't need to put a lot of training for you, and they don't need to spend a
Yeah.
lot of time for you to get
Right.
it. I mean, they want somebody to be ready-made package, so they
Yeah.
put in the team, you take care of your team, and they will be like how happy, so they don't want
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
kind of friction.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
after
Okay.
all, this is manual testing.
Uh-huh.
Tell me.
No, sir, nothing. I'm just. Yeah, you carry on, please. Yeah.
Perfect. So now overall, after all these things,
Mm.
now the actual beast, which is automation testing.
Mm. Automation.
Okay, you can see here now our tests. I just run few tests,
Mm.
and the tests are failing. Now the tests are failing absolutely fine, but why they're failing is because there is some change in the UI. Okay, but however, this is your manual test skill or BDD skill, but to convert all this kind of tests into automation tests, to actually something should happen, like browser should go and open. And I'm trying to, I think there was one test which was actually, let me run few tests for you. Uh, Okay, so just remove all these things. Okay, just have a look, and then I'll just run this test run now. Okay, now this is the execution happens. Now from there, to automate those tests is what your main skill, because just writing the BDD scenario is not enough. You need to automate. The purpose of automation is, number one, it will be helpful to straight away go and execute your tests. Number two is, it will help to do a regression testing, especially in agile. Every 2 weeks you are doing a release, and they don't want you to spend like, example,
More
your
time.
company have 500 test cases. They don't want you to go and execute manually 500 test cases, which
Mm.
will take 2 weeks of time, and by the time you'll get new release, then when you will actually do a release.
Okay.
So the effort of manual testing should be completely as low as possible. That is the point. So that's the reason why the automation is coming into picture. But to automation, the basic thing that you need to learn is Java.
Oh.
Okay, everything start from Java, because the code that you had seen here, example, if it's step definitions and all these things, code that you are seeing is very simple code. It's not like it's very complex,
Mm-hmm.
but everything is code. So example here, declaring an object, and here you are opening a creating an object. You're creating a new object, and you're passing a constructor. So this new object, creating a class, creating a creating a class, and all these things that you are seeing here is nothing but it is all code Java programming. So you can see here there is some Java code. For you to write that basic Java code, you need to know the basics. So that's exactly why we teach something like IntelliJ, which is a completely advanced tool. And this IntelliJ is a tool where you will be spending most of your time. Example, you join a company, they'll ask you, they will give a regression pack and ask you to go and automate it. When automating, you'll use a very good advanced topics like browser factory, page object model. You can see here, we got page object model, and we got browser factory, and we got lot of things. So you can see here, this is how our students will write the code. Okay, see here, this is all done by our students. They will write nice code. It's very simple Java code once you get it. So we'll teach Java as our word programming, and the more the strong you are in Java, the easy you can go and automate.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, coming to the Selenium IDE. So, however, Java is one part, but learning Selenium is other part. And the easiest way to learn Selenium is for you to start Selenium IDE, where in Selenium IDE, you will be able to learn the basics, like you need to know what is locator, what is XPath, and how do I find an element, and those kind of things, which will help you to initially start. So this is not based on Java.
Okay.
It will give you a basic introduction about how to deal with Java code.
Okay.
So there are plugins. I'm not sure if I have a plugin yet. There is a plugin, yeah, Selenium IDE plugin. So this is Selenium IDE, which looks a very simple window. So there are some Selenium IDE scripts. Selenium IDE is the easiest way to learn Selenium without Java code.
Okay.
Okay, Selenium IDE will help you to automate it. It still uses Selenium, but it's just so you can, like it's an IDE where you can record and playback. Okay. Here it opens, and you can just click on a button for demo purpose. I'll just stop it. Example, you click on a button. It's a very simple tool. Example, you click on that and you should see something like this. Simple test, go to Selenium, accept that, the text, okay? Text is visible. That means that when you click on that button, you should see something, okay? Go to Selenium, stop recording. That's it. You can see here, I got a small test. If I want to run this test, I can straight away run. See here, now whatever I recorded, it is now playing back. So it will click on the button. Now it will verify that we are going to that form. So it's a simple test cases, simple test, but it is absolutely very simple.
Okay, sir.
The test is passed. And if you want to fail a test, example, you change your expected result. Now see the test will fail. So this is more of a Selenium IDE. And now it is waiting because before it fails, it will wait for a few seconds. You think, oh, I'm really failing. Is it really bug? We'll try to verify that is really a failing thing. Okay. See here, now it failed. And it is saying that this is a mismatch because I added a K and this is training. So I did a spelling mistake because my expected result, I said it should be like this. It is saying, no, it is not matching. So always the test will pass when expected and actual are equal.
Okay.
Now, coming to the after Selenium IDE, we teach you JUnit, which is nothing but literally the JUnit will be, JUnit is very important. However, you won't see that directly because JUnit is mainly used for your, you can see here in your step definition file somewhere. Somewhere here you will see JUnit. Okay. Oops, even here also it's not there. I think this is somewhere here. Okay, so JUnit will come here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it is just a package. It's very basic. So it will help you to understand the basics of unit testing.
Okay.
It got annotation, assertions, a few things. You won't see it because now you are seeing the end product, which is Cucumber. but JUnit is a fundamental thing. It will help you. So we'll teach you. But end of the day, using JUnit also, you can automate the few of the scenarios, because JUnit is like a bucket, and water is Selenium. So JUnit, you need to have something to hold water. You can't hold it, right? So there should be something. So you need to have a JUnit is a container. It's like a bucket where it contains the Java code. Inside that you put the water. It's nothing but Selenium. So like that, you need to have a framework, and this JUnit will do it. But inside that you put water, but it's just not a water. Example, you want to wash, you need to put the actual variant. Example, you got a code. Example, you want to use Java code for building a website or app, that's different. But here we're using a Selenium code to test something. So inside that we use a color. Example, we are putting a WebDriver color. So Selenium color into it. So Java code is based on WebDriver. So now this WebDriver is a library. Okay, example, somebody asked, what is exactly WebDriver? What is Selenium? Selenium is nothing. Selenium is nothing. Selenium just a Selenium is just a simple Java code. And where the Java code will come? Java code will come into picture when we actually use some kind of like this. See here, where is Selenium? This is what Selenium. It is just like a library. So this, in the Java code, we use this library to write Java code. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So Selenium WebDriver is you won't actually see it, but you use it. Example, if you ask me, you can see here, driver dot find element. This is all your methods and classes. So once you learn Java, it will be easy for you. But where exactly is the Selenium? Selenium is here.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what Selenium is about. Okay. So you will learn Selenium WebDriver, all the APIs like find elements, and what are the different classes, Chrome, Firefox, remote WebDriver, all these things you will come to know. But that is maximum like 30 to 40 combined 30 to 40 classes max. Find element, click, WebDriver, remote WebDriver, Firefox driver, action class, select class, maximum 15-20 commands you need to remember. That's it. You can automate anything.
Okay, sir.
Okay, finally, the very important part, the last and important part is Cucumber. Okay, so what is Cucumber is, once you write this Gherkin code, beautiful Gherkin code, what Cucumber will do is it will convert your test into Java code.
Okay.
Okay, because if you say, oh, I need to click on a button, but who will click on the button? So who will click? This is what Cucumber will actually convert your English into a Java code, because you cannot give this to your business analyst and say, this is my test case. You can't give a Java code and say, yeah, this is my test case, go and read. Then he will be like, what? Is this your test case? You're talking about classes and extend, I don't know. So he's least bothered, because he's a business analyst. He wants to see something concrete. For him, show this. See here, I had created a registration flow. Then he thinks, okay, so as a registered user, I do password, then I log in, I should see a success message, and I can see my account. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Perfect. Can you make it working? Then you say that, don't worry, wait. I will, once the developer complete their actual work, then I will automate it. Then you don't need to go and execute it. I don't need to go and execute it, or Selenium will do it. End of the day, they should be able to see a beautiful report.
Yeah.
Okay, a report with a screenshot is a source of truth, that they think, oh, nice. Okay, so this is working, that is not working. Oh, this is working. Oh, this test is passed, that is passed. Okay, like that, you will get a report, and that report will be somewhere. I'm trying to see. It's just a bit of old framework actually. So I don't think so. We have a report here. Let me open some other project so that I can show you. Okay, so here there is a report. I will show you. End of the day, what everybody are working together is to get this kind of report. You can see here there is a report. That example, somebody logged in into a portal, then they'll see a welcome message. So if your business analyst will see this report, oh nice. So I registered with the date of birth, then of this and Yashwant, and I got a is not possible to use the power data matches the error message. Okay, then they should see error message. So is there any error message here? No. Okay, so there's no error message yet. So I think there is something not good. So they can straight away identify. So like this, at the end of the day, what happens is you need to generate a report. Okay, that report is what it will be your thing. So end of the day, after learning all these things, Cucumber will give a beautiful report, and that report is what you can configure. And if you can able to generate a report with the screenshots and give to your product owner, okay, I've done all my testing. This is the report. Take away. You see, okay, so you had executed 500 test cases, out of which 2 test cases are failed. So there are 2 bugs. And they'll ask how much you have taken to execute. I haven't taken any time because it's all automation. I am actually browsing my BBC. I'm doing my social media. By the time you will get a report. Okay, that means that you don't need to put any effort. One-time effort, you keep it, and you will get a. You can see here, no automation test is trying to do something. So you will get a beautiful report. So execution is done without any manual intervention. So you think you say, oh, I executed everything. I got like 2 bugs. Oh, nice. So then developer will say, I will fix it, but I fix it, but I'm not sure whether I had done right. This may fail this field. It may work now, but it may fail some other features. It is nothing but regression testing. So they will ask to do a regression testing. Then you think, do I need to manually execute all? But you won't be able to execute because you don't have much time. Then your automation will say, then if you're an automation tester, you can say, don't worry, I'll execute everything within minutes and I will give a report. Okay. Like that, it will be very easy thing for like people like you to learn and then show the results to your developer. Then you will be able to example. I'm trying to run this again, and then you will able to provide a report. So this all happens using Cucumber, and that's it. So that is your Cucumber Selenium. So learning Cucumber Selenium Java should be your focus so that you can become a good automation tester.
Okay.
Okay.
So final one is Cucumber, which is give a good report, right?
Yes. You can see here, it's time to log in because the database is changed. They won't be able to log in. But see here, this is all without me. So Selenium is doing the work for us. This is called Selenium. So it's like a ghost. Okay, nobody's doing, but it will do it work. Okay, let it continue its work now. However, because you just need to know. See here, there is some bugs. I mean, because there is some configuration problem, it is not working. But as upload, we will get a beautiful report. We'll wait. Okay. However, you can see here, this is all good. But when the code is getting bigger, and you are example, you're working for a big organization like banks and retails, then you won't be just able to run it locally. You need to use advanced patterns. So that's where page object model will come into picture, where you will be actually need to you will manage the whole code using classes and methods, and you use advanced techniques like page factory and stuff to manage the whole thing. So you don't need to explain now, but the bigger organizations, or if you want to know the actual real thing, so you need to observe few patterns, and you need to follow a few things like automation framework, and you need to put all the code in GitHub and run that in different environments. So Jenkins is one of the continuous integration tool where even though you are not in the office, but whenever there's a release, then the automation test should trigger automatically. That whole process is called continuous integration. And as a part of a tester, you just not like only automating, but you need to put the automation at right places, like something like continuous integration, so that will happen. So for that, you need to know a little bit of Jenkins, which will help you to build your framework. Because example, you've got 500 tests running fantastically, but if you're running it locally, then nobody will actually see a big value. But you have to give it to the organization level, so that whenever there's a release, you don't need to be in the office. You're on holiday, but still your automation test will go and test it. So that's the reason why put all the code in GitHub and run it on the cloud, and you will be able to generate a report. And you don't need to open the report. Automatically, every day morning, the team will go and see, okay, at automation test, how many are passing, how many failing. Everything is passing. Very good. Let's go to release. That's it. So they don't need Triveni there.
Okay.
Okay, so that is called, you're automating the process. So you are like, that is what companies need. So for that purpose, you need to know how to, where to put the unit to configure Jenkins and use GitHub. So that is what we will be teaching here. Okay, finally, there was one thing called browser stack and AWS. So nowadays, again, because we got a lot of devices and a lot of browsers, so running the tests only in one browser is not enough. We have to test in all the browsers all the time. Okay, so for that purpose only, we use something like browser stack, which will help you to run multiple cross browsers, and Selenium grid and all these things will come into picture. And if your company also want to run the test in AWS cloud, if the company is following AWS cloud, because browser stack is a paid version, they can use AWS. So that having little bit of basics of Selenium on AWS also will help you, so that you can be like the latest and the toppest automation tester who knows all the knowledge. So we will teach you AWS also, and that is the way we will be able to gain a lot of knowledge, which is advanced. You are not 2022, you are 2025 tester. So that people will hire you. Oh, nice, this girl know. Example, startup company, they think, oh, she know what more than us. So she know how to deal with AWS. She know how to do with the page object model. So they're nice. So they will hire you, and they will expect you to give them good direction. So that's what my students are. They're more of a first interview they will pass, because they will go and tell what to do to the companies rather than just trying to get the question and answer. So if you are so confident and know the knowledge, it's about knowledge. It's not like, sir, do I need to do all this AWS? Do I need to create? It's not about that. You need to know how AWS helps a tester. You need to know how Jenkins can help a tester. You don't need to. There is a DevOps people. There is a cloud engineer. They will do that for you. But you need to go do an input, so that you need to know it. But if you don't know what is this, then there's no point you to recommend anything. So the awareness and the knowledge of these things are enough. But up to Cucumber, you need to be hands-on. Okay, so you should be able to do write couple of scenarios and automate yourself. That is hands-on. Remaining high-level things, you can actually have an idea in your brain, and then if you have knowledge, then you are 2025 tester. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Okay, that's about what we teach, and you might have seen it. And now whatever we teach, they all will be based on we are now actually using Microsoft Teams rather than Zoom. So we use Microsoft Teams, and we record all the sessions, and you will straight away get all the recordings, and every session will be very interactive. We will give the context, we'll ask you to write it, so that you will be getting hands-on. Okay, and course material, everything we will give it to you. You don't need to worry. And the class timings for will be Saturday, Sunday, 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, with kind of half an hour break, so that you can, few weeks you will be number one.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you. And new batch will going to start from this week, or?
Yeah, we will start very soon, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, so yeah, we will be starting very soon. I will let you know, but very soon. Maybe this weekend. We are on this week, right? So